So it's 3 o'clock. Um, I forced myself to go to bed early, so I literally got nothing done yesterday. Um, I forced myself to go to bed early because I knew I'd be up all night tonight if I go. I still haven't decided yet. It's going to depend on a number of factors. At the very least, the weather seems to be participating with me. The rain seems to have passed a little bit quicker than it could have. Um, it looks like there's going to be some cells are going to come in a little bit later. It doesn't look like it's gonna, like I should be good to go for quite a while. I need to go get my pills, do some grocery shopping, other things of the sort. And I don't want to be too long, so when I come back, I'll have to make that choice, get as much information about the weather and whatnot as I can, and decide if I want to go or not. Um, Here's the thing. If I'm gonna go out dancing, I'm gonna want to go out dancing all night, right? And I'm not really convinced that the combination of things um, really adds up well for the night. Um, I might want it to be like, see, if the first thing ends at like midnight, then I'm gonna want to just get home, right? If it goes longer until like 2:30, then I'll have like 2.5 hours of um, see, I don't know what if it's going to be like a dance club at the other place, or if it's just like I'm gonna get like a grill, if it's just like a restaurant that's open. I don't know. Right. So what I want to do is I want to dance until 5 o'clock in the morning. Right. I don't. I'm not convinced that's gonna work out. And if it turns out that like I'm done at noon, or sorry, I'm done at midnight, then it's like I'm going out for like 2 hours and I'm gonna spend like $40 on alcohol and then come home. Like why not just go down to the local bar and take a couple of shots, or even go to the liquor store, right? So I'm thinking about it. At least if it was like the summer, it would be like nice to go out, But it's gonna be cold and rainy. So all these things against it. The thing that's going for it is that like I haven't done this in a long time, right? So it's just kind of like I kind of want to just go out and dance around a little bit, sort of thing. Um, so it's I don't know. I gotta go get some pills and some well, I showed you it yesterday and I did nothing, so I need to get some groceries. And I'll think about it when I'm walking. I'd say right now there's about a 50-50 chance we'll find it. See, if you take a look up here, it's kind of like gloomy. I don't know. Temperature-wise, like I'm wearing a sweater and I'm comfortable. It's about 3. It might, I think this is probably, well, this is what the forecast temperature was suggested overnight. So this is comfortable, except I think the wind's supposed to come from the south. The thing is that if the rain is passing, the warm front might pass early too. And if the warm front passes early, then all that's left is the cold front, and that's bad. So I don't know. Like I say, I need to check that out. Right now, it's like it's not bad really. It was actually a lot more productive than I thought it was going to be. I got just about the whole month's worth of grocery shopping done. A few extra little things that I'll have to do tomorrow. Store number 2, basically. But that was pretty much all of it. I'm going to the shoppers there to. I wasn't able to do it over the internet because I was changing my prescription, so I had to go in and actually list it. I need 2 hands for this. I'm gonna check to see if there's anything left there, but I mean, I think that's about it. Otherwise, tomorrow I'll do a run to the other store. I need 2 hands for this. The temperature has come up a few degrees. Again, I need to check the Doppler there, but I think this is looking like I'm going. It's a little after 5, so I got a couple hours to get ready. Something to eat, take a shower, and I think I should be good to go.
Not 100% certain yet, but the probability has increased from 50-50 to, I'd say, about 70-30. We'll see. If you're still not following my reading of things, I'll reiterate. That's 2 polls now with Sanders up by 5 amongst Democrats. I want to note that it's now the 4th of April, and I had misread those polls, but nonetheless, they weren't up by 5 amongst Democrats. The polling companies had modeled the results, and I didn't look carefully. Wisconsin is an open primary, so that would indicate he should win by about 10 points. So you see what I'm doing is I'm adding 5. That's consistent in all my analysis. If his support actually shows up to vote. But there are going to be dead people voting in the primary. And there are going to be suppression tactics for living people. That means you should see her start off with a big lead and it should come down a little, or a lot, if turnout is high enough. If you are in Wisconsin, you better get out and vote. I believe that Michigan demonstrated that you can overwhelm the process if you do. But I think that Ohio demonstrated that the party is just going to take that extra mile if they think they're threatened. Given that the polling results are now clearly in Sanders' favor, or they seem that way to me, the lead that Clinton takes in initial results should be absolutely obscene. It may even be hard to deny. I still think that's true. See, they may also see this coming below the state, but it's dangerous going into New York. For her, if I was her, I may advise going ahead and reading it and taking the chances on getting caught. Because the truth is that everybody that cares about it realizes it already. Anyways, and so long as the media plays along, anybody that points out the inconsistencies is just going to get called a conspiracy theorist. The pre-polling results suggested a virtual tie in both Illinois and Missouri, simply amongst Democrats. The results seem to suggest that independence in the open primary didn't affect the outcome. It's highly suspicious, but it may be the model that's repeated. So what I'm saying is that based on the misreading that had Sanders up by 5 amongst Democrats, that would suggest he should win by about 10, but then you have to take it down a little due to the tactics that Clinton's using. I think that the logic, my logic is consistent. I just have to correct. The polls actually are consistent. They have Sanders down by 5 amongst Democrats, which would suggest a tie. So I just have to shift the whole thing by a few points. It doesn't change really any of the logic. Other than that, if the polls are suggesting a tie, then you may want to expect her to win by a point or 2. Because she's cheating. But I mean, it also depends on how high turnout is, right? So I mean, he can overwhelm it if he has huge turnout. But well, it's all of the evidence we've seen so far suggests that just means that they'll make it that much harder to vote, right? So who knows? But the point that I'm getting across here is that I wouldn't expect him to win by a large margin, and I'm holding to that. I am calling for a split in Wisconsin.
I just saw a post on the Facebook event page talking about, VIP access. And you're stuck with all these, images of douchebaggery, attached to VIP access and bottle service. I understand that if you're a little bit younger, you might associate these images of upper class trash with the experience of going to a dance club. But I mean, what I'm going to, I think it was a joke. What I'm actually going to tonight is it's a record show or a record label showcase from a label of New York that I do recognize. This isn't the first time I've run across Primitive Languages. But the style of music is not, douchey EDM for, trust fund dickheads. That's not what this is. It's dirty, dark, uh, Manchester rave music. And the image that you want to have in your mind is more along the lines of, stormy, dirty nights in Manchester with, people just smashed on a dance floor, dancing all night. There's nobody in flashing colors. Nobody's prancing around in their underwear. Well, maybe there might be a few, but not bright neon colored underwear. There's no bottle service. There's nobody showing up with their Porsche. That's not the intent. It's not the idea. It's more of a dirty, lower class. The rave scene, a lot of it was based around communes. Okay, not only was it incredibly poor, but it was also very left wing. Right? And this whole commodification of it that's happened over the last, 10 years or whatever it is really unfortunate to people that I'm more interested in where it came from. I'm not somebody that has a recent interest in techno music. I saw Skinny Puppy a few months ago. They were my favorite bands from the 90s. Spent the whole 90s listening to stuff like Autechre and Aphex Twin. And today, I have to say that I don't really have any interest in what you call EDM. I'm not going to go to the Movement Festival. I haven't gone so far, and I don't really plan to go this year either. I'll probably go to the Trip Mill Festival instead. Okay, so that's not a world I'm interested in. The darker, seedier underbelly is the world that I'm interested in. And it's a little bit... I was hoping there'd be more of that in Detroit. There hasn't been. There's been lots of douchey bottle service, trash, EDM garbage. But there hasn't been much actual underground that I can see. And like I said this once before, is that I've read a few articles, kind of looked into it a little bit, and the understanding is that there's no market. The reason there's no underground in Detroit is because there's nobody that would want to interact with an underground in Detroit. So this is the closest that I've seen to anything of the sort yet. That's why I'm going, more than anything else. Who knows, maybe I'll bump into somebody that I might actually enjoy spending some time with. Unlikely, but you never know. But I mean, this isn't, don't misunderstand me. I'm not going to an upper class dance club. I'm going to a punk bar. It's going to be seedy, it's going to be dirty, probably a little gross, and that's intended. I'm about 20 minutes late. Because of the buses, that means I'm about a half hour late. I don't think there's much chance I'll catch the 8:30 bus, but we'll find out. Radar looks good, and I'm ready to go. I've been running the same thing going out. It's just because of the weather. I really haven't had a lot of choices. It's just, I did have a couple of choices, but I mean, like, it's dreary, and I wanted to wear black, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah. I clicked the wrong. I meant to turn the camera off, and I turned the light off instead. It's funny how your brain works like that sometimes, huh? Ominous clouds. A bit of a brisk wind. Pretty mild drizzle. Overall, it's early spring. Very early spring, but it's spring. If I didn't make it clear, I do intend to make it home by the end of the night. But I am planning around not at the same time. It's going to depend, right? The intent is to be out of there 12:30-ish. It does look like I'm going to catch the 9 o'clock bus rather than the 8:30 bus. So, I'd be surprised if the music starts
410 kind of thing. So, actually, wait. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that there were other DJs. So the music might start right at 9, but that's because there's 5 rather than 4, right? So there might be an opening and then a closing or something like that. I don't know. Not clear how they're going to do it. I think I'll be fine as far as time is concerned. I'm not really that concerned about the local stuff. So, the radar suggested I'd be okay. Despite the ominous clouds, I'm going to trust the radar, and hopefully I will be. So yeah, it's about 20 after 8 or so. I'm hoping to catch a 9 o'clock bus. So, I'm back up on Michigan, and there's a bus station, and we have in fact come up this way before. The wind decided to piss me off. So when they got off the bus there, I don't know if it's just the location ease up as I go. I'm crossing Michigan here. A little bit of light, that won't last. It's not the first one I went to, it's the second one I went to. The club named after the famous one, the famous psych bar in London. Like I said, this is a punk bar. It's techno night at the punk bar, so it's gonna feel like that. I'm not looking at bottle service. I'm looking at $3 shots. Like just to get an understanding of where I'm going. I've got my hair in my nose. Just a second here. That's the worst. If they could set up some kind of like magnetic system or something, that would be something I would be interested in. You could like put it in your mouth like braces. Let's make braces cool again. Were they ever cool? Let's make them in. What, you don't have braces? Yeah. If you just put some like braces in and then like spray some magnetic charge into your hair, and then your hair would be repelled from your teeth. There we go. And then you could hook it up to the chip that you've got in your neck, right? To turn the power off and down, right? Because of course it would be an electromagnet. No doubt charged by solar. I'm just gonna stop. I'm on my way there. I didn't stop. It just stopped coming out of my mouth. It continued in my mind. Yeah. It's like I say, it's techno night at the punk bar. So let's understand where I'm going. What I'm gonna do. It's about 12:45, and while the night is a bust, I'm sticking with it. It's gonna be a catch the bus in the morning night. I don't know. I'm not sure it's the best choice, but it's the choice I'm making, so be it. Okay, so I am leaving the UFO factory, and I am going to the works. We will see how that goes. It is about 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't actually know how this is about to route. In fact, I don't even know how far it is. I know that is the old Tiger Stadium. Look at this. It's just a giant fence. I don't actually know what's going on here. This is the difficulty. That's what I'm doing. Once I do this once or twice, I'll understand it, and I'll be able to do it in the future again and again and again and again and again. But right now, I don't know. All I know is I'm walking this way towards the works and hoping it's open and lets me in. I'm not feeling particularly unsafe either, so this is good. Okay. I know it's a ways this way. I don't know how far. We'll find out in a few minutes. It's like honestly just like this way. I don't even know what like the address is. All I know is about 2 o'clock, and that means I've got about 4 hours less than to wait for the bus. Although, how was the show? It was less animated than I would have hoped. I would have hoped that more people were there to dance than were, and there were periods where seat dancing occurred. That's right, seat dancing. Seat dancing apparently is a thing, and I engaged in it. I don't think that that's exactly what I was looking for the evening, but it's what happened. So, you do things, you learn, and then you adjust. So, perhaps this is not the thing I would want to do in the future, but it's what I did tonight. As I stated before, I'm not sure it's the best choice, but it is the choice I made. And I am here until about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's only about 4 hours, so I gotta figure out what to do. And I am going to the works to see what happens. We'll have to find out what happens. I cannot say I have great confidence, but we'll find out. So it is now roughly 5 a.m. and the night did work out to what I wanted it to in the end. So that is refreshing. It wasn't precisely the vector I intended, but it was the end result that I did intend. So I am walking back to the tunnel. I believe the bus comes around 6 o'clock, a little after perhaps. I should probably get there around 5:30, so that's fine. Knowing that that is an option is good. Moving forwards. Yes. So I am walking back to the tunnel a little after 5 a.m. I have to say this is something that I have not experienced yet, which is walking through Detroit in the early hours of the morning. I think I would like to experience it, when the temperature's up just a little bit higher, and the sun's up just a bit higher. I'm actually a fan of urban areas in early morning settings because it's isolated. I may be let in a little on that when I was talking about Windsor being kind of apocalyptic. I kind of like that as a characteristic. And Ottawa in the early morning is a little like that. I'm kind of curious what... Well, it's the first day of April. What would this be like on the first day of August? When the sun's up a little earlier. I hope I find out. It'll depend on what comes up. That was an evening that I'd like to have more of. I enjoyed that. I'd like to it's been a long time actually, and I would like to do that more often. It's gonna depend on things though, right? It's like I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm gonna put this away. I just have to say that this has been a very pleasant walk. As I believe I was trying to say, I think this will be quite the nice walk in a few months when I'm not walking through darkness but early sun. It's about 5:30, and it's just morning, pitch black. It would be a lot brighter if it weren't for those modifications that they make. But then I could flip it around, right? It could be the other way. There's always something to complain about. Anyways, I feel that this is a walk that will be nice when the sun comes up a little bit earlier. Although I did enjoy it this morning. And hence, I hope that there are more interesting techno nights over the upcoming months. Indeed. I managed to get a sweater, see, and it's like it's a very pleasant walk. I just have to say, I have to keep remarking that this is a very nice walk, and I'm going to continue enjoying the walk. It is 5:30. I am at the bus stop. The bus comes at a little after 6, so I have a bit of a wait, but it is pleasant outside in terms of the temperature. I was looking for an all-night place to boogie, dance, if you will. And I had a path and it didn't work out, but then I had another path and it did work out. So, it's good to know. I'm not gonna do that every night, but I do enjoy doing that from time to time if there's something that draws me out. The front end on the night was maybe a little less exciting than it could have been, but hey, I don't make those decisions. You know, it's up to them, right? The night righted itself. I have no right to complain, and I wouldn't want to because I had fun. I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Yeah. I did enjoy the evening, and I'm glad I found a path, even if it's not a path I take every night. And even if the front end was less exciting than it could have been. That was the path I was looking for, and had yet to stumble upon. I am content that I have now found the correct path. I make no pretensions to any religiosity underlying those statements. I just don't pretend that they are intended. I simply laugh at the understanding that they may be easily interpreted that way. Misinterpreted that way. I did enjoy the evening, although I will not say much of it, because, like, you weren't there, you know, and it's like, it's just, you can't really do that. If it's a concert, you can describe the band, what they did, etc., but when you're just out dancing, it's not the same thing, right? So, I'm not going to. The DJs, or the DJ for the end part of the night was engaging, and I enjoyed that. So, I think the bus should be here shortly, and I should probably put this away and prevent myself from yelling too much. Shh, listen. Of course, as soon as I do that, a long line of cars drives by. Let me try this again. Listen. It is really quite a beautiful morning. Sun's just on its way up. I'd say it's about 6:30 in the morning, maybe a little later. You can hear things chirping, birds. And this is how I like to end the day. The coffee, the pizza, and the sun coming up. And those owls hooting. Let's get this inside. So I'm home safe and sound and all danced out. Would I do that again? Yes. That was a good one. That worked out well.